films prove that there is nothing scarier than a man who feels entitled to a woman's body and autonomy. In Obsession, Bear was friends with Nikki. And even when he called the helpline, homeboy on the other line was like, "Oh, do you want to cancel your spell?" He said, "No, I just want to alter it." Aww. Even though he knew Nikki was suffering and trapped inside. The girl he claimed to be friends with, the girl he claimed he liked, he knew she was suffering. And he said, "I don't really want to cancel this. I just want to alter it." And that's because he wanted Nikki to still be in love with him, but to act normal so that he could take her around his friends and be like, "See, she's perfectly fine and she's in love with me. You guys were all wrong." And then when Nikki, real Nikki, clawed her way out and was like, "Please kill me. I'm suffering. Kill me." And Bear, with his eyes, looked at her, sees her begging him to kill her. That's your friend? That's your friend? That's your friend? Begging him to kill her. He goes, "What's so wrong with being with me?" Mink, 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 mink. Raps. Bear, you deserve worse than the death penalty. Then, in Is God Is another instance of an entitled man thinking that he's entitled to a woman's body and autonomy. Homeboy burned lit them on fire in a bathtub, wife, 2 children, because the mom wouldn't let him touch her. He was willing to kill that woman and his 2 children because he had a sociopathic entitlement to that woman's body. And her refusal to let him touch her, in his mind, gave him the right to kill her and their 2 innocent children. And let us not even for a moment think that we haven't heard a similar story on the news of something very much real like this happening in real life. Now you may be thinking to yourself, "Daniela, how are you gonna circle this back to hokum? I thought it was about a witch and Irish folklore." You'd be wrong, because the only reason anybody was in that hotel room, the haunted hotel room with the witch, was because Mal, the front desk employee, was having an affair with Fiona, got her pregnant, and when she refused to get rid of that child, he locked her up in that hotel room to die because he didn't want his reputation to be ruined. And he said, "I have an idea. Let's kill her again. Let's not pretend we haven't heard of things like that happening to real women in real life daily." Every single bad thing that happened in all 3 of these movies were a direct consequence of the actions of an entitled man. And that is true